Hey guys, it's Ruth here from ruthej.com. Thank you for joining me again today. Listen, after my last video, for those of you that missed it, you got to go back and watch it. I recorded a video just recapping an experience I had at the grocery store with my girls, where a stranger came up to them and wanted to talk to them and kind of got into their space a bit, and I stepped in, and I mean, nothing bad or whatever happened, but I role play with my children a lot, especially when it comes to their physical boundaries. Okay, so I got a lot of messages, email, people just reaching out and contacting me saying, oh, I'd never thought about that, or I wouldn't know what to say, thank you for giving me words, things like that. So I actually just wanted to go back and touch on this topic of basically like physical boundaries with your children, and whether you should require your children to hug people or make physical contact. I actually just want to pause and say two things really quickly. I'm sitting outside at a playground with my kids, so if you hear any external noise, that's what's up. And also I have my notes down here to keep me on track, because I want to try and like streamline my videos a bit to honor and value your time. Okay, so hugging, physical contact, it's gonna happen. Okay, so I currently live in a culture where older people, strangers, young adults feel like it's completely normal and sort of their right to walk up to small children and be like, hey, you're so cute, and like want to hug them and nudge their face and stuff like that. I'm so not comfortable with that. I look at it this way: would I be okay with someone walking up to me doing that? Would I be okay with a total stranger walking up and being like, oh, you're so cute, or wow, you're such a hot woman, let me just give you a hug? I would so not be okay with that, and I'm pretty sure you would not be either. So why is it any different with our children? They are small people, and they might not have the ability, they don't have the ability to take control of their independence and draw boundaries for themselves. So it's actually our responsibility to do that for them. Okay, so some of you may ask, some of you did ask me, like, when do you even start talking about this stuff? When do you teach your kids this stuff? I would say as soon as possible. As soon as they start walking, I would start this conversation with them anywhere between 1 and 2. But as soon as they start walking, and if you feel like that's really young, or you're not sure you want to start talking to them about it that young, okay, I want to encourage you to just stop for a second and fast forward to the age of, picture your child at 7, picture your child at 12, picture your child at 15. Would it be okay then? Would you be okay with a complete stranger or a young adult, or a distant relative forcing your child to hug them, or just taking a hug from them? I wouldn't. If my kids were like 7, 10, 12, 14, I would be pissed if random people were just walking up hugging my children. Okay, so hopefully that puts it in perspective for you and gives you clarity on how you feel on this issue. Okay, so and here's the other reason why I say start so young. Okay, research has shown, multiple research has shown, that 80% of what children learn in their life, I'm talking like big topics, boundaries, sex, porn, drugs, alcohol, love, relationships, money, like 80% of what our children learn in our life, they learn the foundations before the age of 7. Before the age of 7. Okay, so whatever we teach them now at 2, 3, 4, 5, we are actually programming them. Even if we're not teaching them, but whatever they do by repetition, we are actually programming them. And that is what's actually going to show up as teenagers. An older lady that's been in my life for a very long time would often say to me when my girls are little, they are tiny teenagers. Whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you allow now will come back with a vengeance when they're teenagers. Okay, so at 2, 3, 4, 5, we're saying, no, give him a hug. No, yes, go give him a hug. Oh, he's your Uncle so-and-so. Oh, just give her a hug. Oh, isn't that so sweet? She wants to, you know, whatever the case may be, she wants you to sit on her lap, okay? But then as teenagers, all of a sudden we show up and we say, keep all your feet on the ground. Don't marry bad boys. Don't take advantage of girls. Save sex. Wait for love. All that kind of stuff. And it's too late. They're already actually hardwired. Okay? So here's what I want to say to you. If your children are under the age of 7, I've got a few I've got about 5 action points to you. I didn't actually count them. I'm not that great of a blogger yet. Just wait. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to you. First of all, take action now. Okay, use your words, and actually start telling your children there is a difference. So this is like at home, you're cooking in the kitchen, they're coloring on the counter, and you say, hey, did you know that there's a difference between greeting an adult and making contact with them? What's contact, mommy? That means touching them. So greeting an adult looks like eye contact. It means giving eye contact, smiling, saying hello, or waving. Please wait.
No, I'm not.
You're just gonna sit. Okay, you can sit. So that's what greeting looks like. Greeting is eye contact, smile, wave. Those are signs of respect. That is what that's just like giving dignity to a human being. Okay, so that is greeting. Physical contact is a completely separate thing. High-fiving, fist pumps, hugs, allowing someone to pick them up, those are 2 completely different things. Okay, so first of all, use your words and communicate that to your children. Second of all, I keep going like this, and it's a little bit rude in some cultures. Okay, second of all, be aware, especially in a crowd environment, and especially if your children are small, that this happens, that people, you know, want to hug your kids, feel like they can just hug them and whatever. Okay, so yes, it requires some engagement from us, and yes, there's a lot swirling around us, and we want to talk to our friends and blah 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 blah, but they are tiny teenagers, and they do not have the ability to draw these boundaries for themselves. So it's part of our job as parents to actually show up, be engaged, and draw those boundaries for them. And second of all, they are tiny teenagers. Whatever we allow now is going to come back. Okay, third thing that I want to say is reinforce your values in public. They are always, always, always watching. Okay, so I had a conversation with a friend actually just now, like an hour ago, and she was just saying that she doesn't make her kids hug people, but when they'll often say, would you like a hug, to her children? Can I give you a hug? And she says, yeah, go give them a hug. And she actually just realized after watching the last video that she was going to change her wording to say, would you like to give so-and-so a hug? Okay, so reinforce what you talk about at home in the moment by saying, sweetie, would you like to give so-and-so a hug? And if they do, fine, no huge praise, but just read their comfortable levels. And if they don't, reinforce that as well. Ensure that they say, that's fine, please greet so-and-so. Okay, so you're going to say, please greet, look at them with your eyes, use that wording, you look at them with your eyes, say hello. Okay, and guys, I want to be really, yeah, I'll come back to that now. Okay, okay, so I think we're on our 4th thing, be prepared. Okay, you as an adult, be prepared for those awkward moments when you actually have to say, we don't require our children to make physical contact with anybody. We allow it to be completely on their terms. So she's not comfortable and we're not going to make her, or we actually distinguish between greeting and physical contact, and she greeted you like a champ. Okay, allow them to hear you sort of praising them and drawing those boundaries again. Because it's just going to reinforce and reinforce that they're doing the right thing, and that what you're saying you're actually doing. Okay, last thing, 5th, I think this is my 5th thing. Praise them for standing their ground. So if they say no and they're not comfortable, say, that's fine, sweetie, thank you for greeting him. So say, please, that's fine, sweetie, please can you greet so and so? They greet them. That's well done, sweetie, well done for greeting him, and it's completely fine that you didn't want to make physical contact. And there's going to be some people that one day they want to hug them and then the next day they don't, and that is fine. It's not like a blanket thing, but just reinforce with them when they actually do draw a boundary, because that is a massive, massive life skill that they're going to need. Okay, so just to recap, you're going to take action now. You're going to use your words and talk to them about the difference between greeting someone and making physical contact. You're going to be aware in a crowded environment, and just be prepared to step in with them. Sorry, there was a bug there. You're going to reinforce in public verbally. Communicate with adults. Ask your children if they're comfortable hugging. Be prepared to give a response and an explanation to adults. And number 4, praise them for number 5, sorry, praise them for standing their ground. Okay. Thank you so much for all of your feedback. Keep talking to me, guys. The more that you talk to me, the more that I can share stuff that's actually relevant to you in your lives. I hope this was helpful. Holler at me, and I'll see you for another video. Bye, guys.